Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning. It's Wednesday, and my entire family just doesn't care if I'm going live or not. There's now a puppy ramp. I'm so sorry. Someone please come get this puppy. No. Puppies eating things they're not supposed to when I'm trying to go live. Like the moment. Oh, I got a bird flying around here somewhere. Animals everywhere. Oh my goodness. Welcome to your daily dose of dork for Wednesday in the madhouse. We like animals here, but a couple people need to watch them better. Anyway, hi. How are you? Do you sleep well? Do you have your coffee? Oh no. Oh no. No, DL. Let me tell you something. This puppy right now is in her terrible twos or whatever you want to call it. And she's basically a spinning ball of razor blades right now. Like my great-grandmother would use the phrase maggot and hot ashes just all over the place. And she's just needles and razor blades. I mean, I have scrapes and cuts all over, like, oh my God. No, if I hold her up here, she's going to absolutely obliterate everything on this desk. Probably tear down my microphone. You name it. I was trying to get ready today, and the bird like flew on my hand holding the makeup brush. Like, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? All right, guys, let's say good morning to the chat, and make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this just plain nonsense. It's just nonsense now. It's not just nerdy nonsense. It's animals everywhere, family doing their family thing. Welcome to my world. Anyway, good morning, nerdling, deranged lunatic. Good morning, Jalen. That's right. Next week starts super fantastic summer. Very excited. Buenos dias, Fernando. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. You thought Ironheart was excellent. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, dear. Good morning, Taco Cat. Good morning, my love Penny. Good morning. Good morning, Tomby. Good morning. Is Chinwag already over? Man, I keep forgetting. You're like 7 hours ahead of me. Good morning. And that's all we've got right now. Maria says, what do you do with milk after you get it out of the cow to make it drinkable? Well, I don't have cows. But normally, I know my shmoo really likes it raw. He likes raw milk. A whole bunch. He enjoys it. Richer, fuller. So, I love it. Sausage. So Chinwag is in 3 hours. Okay. So that would be 1:30 p.m. my time. Nice to know. All right, guys. We don't have a whole lot. It's kind of a slow news day, to be perfectly honest with y'all. It's a slow news day. But we'll see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Pardon me. Another sip of coffee. Okay. Let me slide this on over here. All right. We got our first look at Ultraman. I mean, we've seen him before, but Okay, so 1400 hours Central Standard Time. Got it. Oh, okay. He talks in freedom time too these days. Dude, I saw uh, a citizen of the United Kingdom post a picture of their window, and it had like this child lock thing on it where they could only raise it this much. You've got, miserable weather right now. You can't even open your window but this much because they'll come arrest you. What the actual hell? Dude, leave. Hey, y'all need to revolt. We did it. We can open our windows now and drink all the tea we want. Good morning, Loki. It does. It looks like the Riddler from the Batman. It absolutely does. That's crazy. We have a new trailer too for Fantastic Four, the last trailer. Wow. Second floor and above have to have locks on them. Is it because of Eric Clapton's son? Is it Clapton's law? I can see that being the reason. Fantastic Four says, I don't think we needed another trailer for Fantastic Four and Superman. Stop giving away movies with so many trailers. I agree. Just I don't want to see any more about Superman. I'm not so precious about Fantastic Four, and I'm not even sure why, because I'm excited for both. But I do not want to see any more of Superman. I want to give anything else away. Wow, I was right about Eric Clapton. Wow. Clapton was a big deal in my household growing up. Just FYI. Deranged Lunatic says that Ultraman looks more like Scarecrow. He looks like a cross between Scarecrow, the Riddler from Batman 2, and Ragman, I want to say. Just dying. By the way, y'all, tomorrow at 11 a.m., I think 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I get my time zones so mixed up. Anyway, tomorrow 11 a.m. ish Eastern time, my new breakdown finally drops. I finished editing last night. I was so proud of myself. I edited for almost 12 hours straight to get this done. Like, I'm so proud of myself. But my breakdown of the question, as requested by Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS, is finally out there. If you are a member of the Patreon, if you're a member of the Nerdling Army, you can watch it today. You could actually start watching it last night because I uploaded it to Patreon as soon as I was done. So if you want to watch it a whole day early, you can join the Patreon. You have to be a Nerdling First Class or higher to be able to see it, but it is there on the Patreon a full day and a half early. So check that out, or just join the Patreon just to help support the channel for funsies. I mean, you could join for as little as $3 a month and you still get cool stuff. So anyway, patreon.com/comics and discover more behind the scenes. And I got some behind the scenes that I need to do that today too. But I'm also getting off track really hard. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning. You missed the puppy bird debacle. Good morning, Maverick 77 Defender. Why did the Thunderbolts flop? It's because of Marvel breaking trust with the audience so much. People are just over it. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I really did. But Disney didn't do it any justice at all. Jalen says, also, did you see the cast meet a real boy named Kal-El at the World Tour? I did not. Was it Nick Cage's son? Because he absolutely did name his son Kal-El. Anywho, this is Ultraman in the Superman film. Looks like the Riddler, Ragman, and Scarecrow. So there we have it. We also have this little blurb from Variety. James Gunn talking about how many people are in this cast. Now, this is something I've been asking since they announced how many characters were in the movie. I actually asked, like, dude, is Superman going to get any real screen time in his own movie? Because there's so many people. But he says, James Gunn says Superman won't confuse viewers by having too many characters. Oppenheimer has 3 times as many speaking roles as we do. I think people are fine. I've screened the movie for so many people and saw that people aren't confused. So I know from fact that it's not confusing. He keeps saying that. Methinks the lady doth protest too much. We're used to seeing movies with protagonists, and Superman is definitely the protagonist of Superman. And he has his work friends and his play friends. Now, I don't know if the Justice Gang are his play friends or if his work friends at the Daily Planet are his work friends or his play friends, but that's the 2 groups of his friends from different places. And just because they have insignias on their costumes or superpowers doesn't mean they're not like any other supporting character in any movie. That quote alone is confusing, James. Like, good morning, Polly. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a second. That's a confusing quote, James. And again, methinks the lady doth protest too much. Like, if you have to keep saying that over and over and over, chances are there might be an issue. Just saying. Good morning, Brogu. Good morning. Yeah. I mean, it may not be confusing, but what James Gunn just said is very confusing. Like, again, the man needs some help in the PR department. I enjoy him as a filmmaker, but he needs help in the PR department. He does. Jake Schreier, who was the director of Thunderbolts, and I enjoyed Thunderbolts. I thought it was great. When asked if he will direct the X-Men reboot film, he said, even if I were confirmed on that movie, I don't think I would be allowed to answer that question. I guess what I would say is that it always starts from character and working with great writers and collaborators, and certainly thinking about how to do something different with any project that you take on. That's as much as I can say, and that comes from Collider. So, yeah, he's directing the X-Men reboot. Obviously. So, I think he did great with Thunderbolts. I enjoyed it. I still stand by my opinion that I feel like the MCU needs to focus on the Midnight Suns team, something different, instead of doing same old, let's just keep doing Avengers till we die. Focus on, Midnight Suns, definitely X-Men. And I think that's one of the reasons why Thunderbolts didn't do well, this new Avengers thing. People are just kind of bored with it. Deadpool Wolverine did great. Why didn't Thunderbolts? I think it's because people just want to see something different. So, anyway, that's my opinion there. Let's watch this last trailer for the Fantastic Four. I haven't seen it yet. So let's check that out and then we'll start talking some Ironheart. Let's dive in. Roll it back.
Famous around the world. Please welcome.
As always, this is not my content. I did not produce, make, or create this. This trailer is definitely owned by Disney and Marvel. I am simply reviewing and adding commentary to this final The Fantastic Four First Steps trailer. And good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS. Good morning. Anyway, Brogu says, Danny, I think you came up with a great title, Avengers Till We Die. All right, here we go. Let's watch it and give our review and commentary.
Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four. Uh-oh.
Mr. Fantastic.
There they go. Oh, so we got some Reed Richards. Was it some stretchy? Yes, it was. We got some stretchy. Finally.
Fantastic. Invisible
Yeah,
Woman.
we've seen that.
Human Torch.
Okay. Oh.
And the Thing.
Hey, what time is it?
Hey,
Say the thing.
That's not really something I say.
It's clobbering time.
That's just in the cartoon.
Okay.
Never late for
Got to do the
Sunday
four in
dinner. Let's eat.
flames.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner time. Get inside.
Nope, it's clobbering time with a baby bump. There
I
we go.
herald
Oh,
his beginning. I herald your end.
oh.
I herald Galactus.
I do have to say Galactus looks so good. He's not a floating fart anymore. He's Galactus. So, and yeah,
What is that?
looks great.
Get us out of here, Ben. Hold
Come on, Ben. Get it together, Ben.
on. Are we safe?
I don't know.
Mm. Is it the baby?
Clock is ticking.
There's Franklin.
We are going to find a solution. We are going to make it right.
You don't want to just crush him.
I like that.
Kirby. I love the car.
The four of us will face
So
the
cool.
danger.
Looks really
We
good.
will protect you.
And remember in the comic, there's been a few times where Galactus could like shrink down to enter a planet. And I know a lot of people are mad that he looks too small, but that has happened before. So, and they do kind of cherry pick what they add and what they don't.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself.
Uh,
We'll face it together.
What? Is that the that device he made? I can't remember what it's called. Huh. So Paris. What would be over here? Huh.
We'll face it together. As a
Ultimate
family.
Nullifier. That's it. Ultimate Nullifier. Thank you. You know, I like doing these streams in the morning, but also my brain's not firing on all cylinders. So, oops. But yeah, Ultimate Nullifier. That's it. Words are hard, okay? And I'm old. God, give me a break. Anywho, Ultimate Nullifier.
We'll face it together. As a family.
Greatest strength.
What time is it, Ben?
No.
What time is it,
His
Ben?
beard.
No, Johnny.
Say it!
I don't wanna.
Say it!
So we get to see all of them using their powers. Pause this.
Say it!
The beard, he did have a beard at one point in the comics. How would you shave a rock beard? Like, how would you get rid of a rock beard. And that's what I appreciate about you, Loki, that you're a big Marvel comic nerd. Strange Lunatic said the ultimate nullifier was a device that was handheld in the comics anyway. But didn't he, like in the first, for the actual first time they fought Galactus, it was like on a roof? What? Come here. Is that what you want? You want to come over here? He says hi. You want on the mic stand? Or you just... Well, I got to use the mouse. Please don't poop on my hand. A chisel. That's what you would use. A chisel. Makes sense. And I kind of like the dynamic between Johnny and Ben, because that's them. That's totally them. Johnny screwing with Ben all the time. Like, say it! Say clobbering time! Can I put you... No? Okay. Well, can you not poop on anything? I would be super, super grateful.
What time is it, Ben?
No, Johnny.
Say it!
No, Johnny.
Say it!
I love the music. I really do. Well, I'm definitely excited to see it. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing Superman. Please don't let me down. Please. I'll be so sad. Just depressed. And like, if everything just sucks all the time now, what point is this channel, you know? Like, what point would I have in doing this stuff if everything's just crap? So please, for the sake of my channel, make good movies again. Please let these be good. So there's that. Not bad. Looking forward to it. I'm going July 24th. I've got my tickets. Hopefully my daughter wants to go with me. Dave chose Superman, so we're going to see Superman together. Deranged Lunatic says, okay, I just Googled it. According to what I read, the device is something that Reed Richards invented to make a wormhole. Okay. All right. Got that now. Okay. Now. Oh. And then there's this. And this is from Bloomberg. Okay. So this isn't just some, rumor site or whatever. What? Disney is now in talks with companies like OpenAI about potential partnerships, to the surprise of absolutely no one. And the article says, inside Disney's campaign to protect Darth Vader from AI. Disney's top lawyer says his lawsuit against Midjourney is just the first step in a plan to limit AI companies' use of the studio's most valuable characters. What about the characters they don't value? Are they, okay to be trashed? The heads of the world's largest tech companies are all competing to sustain their dominance in a world reshaped by artificial intelligence. I really hate that they keep saying artificial intelligence, because it's not really artificial intelligence. It's algorithmic. There is a huge difference. Loki says district court judge said yesterday it is fair use to train AI. Well, there you have it. Amazon.com says it is going to reduce its workforce as AI handles more tasks. Meta just invested more than $14 billion in Scale AI, and Apple has weighed bidding for Perplexity AI. Down in Los Angeles, most studios, producers, and talent agencies are preoccupied with other topics: the summer movie slate, the flight of production, and the uncertain future of Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery. But that doesn't mean entertainment companies aren't thinking about AI. The biggest filmmakers, music producers, and studios are all using the technology in one way or another. And there have been 2 AI-focused conferences/festivals in LA just this month. Studios must strike a difficult balance. They want to use AI to cut costs and boost creativity without provoking a fight with the biggest labor unions. They also want to limit how their libraries are used by AI startups. We're going to talk about the complicated relationship between Hollywood studios and AI tech this week. But first, if you have any tips, Miss blah, 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 blah. Spotter was the hottest startup in the creator economy a couple years ago. Now it's cutting staff and shifting strategy. Aisha Counts explains what happened. Media mogul Peter Chernin is moving his movie deal from Netflix to Apple. I don't care about any of that. Hollywood has spent the last year looking for the right company to sue. Studios have been their intellectual property is being used to train artificial intelligence models and want to set a precedent to protect their most valuable asset, their characters. So, according to the district judge yesterday, as Loki said, they lost. They lost. Disney's top lawyer, Horatio Gutierrez, took the lead on this legal fight, but he asked his peers in Hollywood to join. Some, like Paramount Global and Warner Brothers Discovery Inc., were distracted with their own corporate dramas. Others, like Netflix and Amazon, have different priorities. Yet Comcast, the owner of NBC Universal, agreed to participate. So, 2 studios. Midjourney isn't the most important AI company in the world. It's much smaller than OpenAI and Anthropic, to say nothing of Alphabet Inc.'s Google or Meta Platforms Inc. But this is the first time a major Hollywood studio has taken legal action against an AI company. It is part of a campaign to protect our intellectual property rights in the world of generative AI, Gutierrez said recently from his office on Disney Burbank lot. This is our first case, but it likely won't be the last. So, what their real problem is, what the real problem is, it's not that they want to protect the integrity of these characters. They want to protect their bottom line. They are afraid, and they probably should be, that it's going to take money out of their pockets. They want that money too. Loki says, in my opinion, the normie end user / customer won't care if the thing is made with AI. They only care if it's good. Most normies, I agree with you. But I really think that their problem isn't the integrity of the art form. It's the integrity of their bottom line, which is why they're talking partnership with OpenAI. And that's where did you go? You're stressing me out when you do that, because okay. That's what it is. It's money. It's all money. It's business. They don't care about integrity or creativity. If they cared about integrity and creativity, we would have been getting banger after banger the last few years. But simply not true. So tell me what you guys think about that in the chat. Any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about it? Leave it in the chat right there. Because I want to talk some Ironheart. Now, here's the thing. Marvel and Disney, or Disney Marvel, however you want to refer to them, have not helped this show at all. There's been little to no marketing whatsoever for this show. And I just shared something on my Twitter right before we went live. They did yet another Robert Downey Jr. talking to Dominique Thorne about, Iron Man loves Ironheart. Yay. See? And it's the thumbnail. They're having to use him repeatedly to push this show. But that's been the only real marketing for it. And in this little clip of RDJ talking to Dominique Thorne on FaceTime, he says, "My God, and all the press you're doing." What press? I've seen like one, maybe two things that's actual press. Everything else is like a reel, an Instagram reel, like them talking on the phone together. And there's been only 2 or 3 of those. I have no graphics in my electronic press kit. No graphics. I have trailers. I have some B-roll. I have the premiere, I think, some sound bites from the premiere. No graphics whatsoever. No character posters, nothing. No graphics. I had to go on Google and pull a still from Wakanda Forever. They have done no justice for this show whatsoever. It's been done for years. They went through a ridiculous amount of reshoots in Chicago. It's just like they don't care about it at all. It's like they don't think the show's any good. So they and the dumping half of it at a time, like half of it today, half of it next week. It's just concerning. Like why is that their strategy? What are they doing here? So I watched the first episodes. I'm about halfway through the 3rd episode. Okay. And here, let me do this. Okay. Hey there, brand new monitor. What'd you do that for? Here we go. Yeah, Marvel doesn't care what it does. And that's shameful. That's shameful. If their whole strategy right now, if their whole priority has been for the last few years to uplift marginalized people like women, people of color, people of disability, why would you not do everything you could to make it excellent, great quality, and market the hell out of it? To me, it's even more insulting. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, here, there you go. Be quiet. Be quiet. There you go. Why don't you like it? Why aren't you watching it? Here you go. Be quiet. It's insulting. It is. So, anywho, I'll show you a couple things. Hold on.
Propel Fitness Water with Gatorade electrolytes, 0 sugar, and vitamins. Propel
Was,
hydrates better than water
Grey
to help you
Goose.
get the most out of your workout and get back to your best.
They had a vodka
What
ad.
propels you? Propel with Gatorade
That's nice.
electrolytes.
You can't
Oh,
just
good.
sell
More
it in the
ads.
face at once anymore.
Loki says, wow, we shouldn't have made this shit. Just throw it out there and hope people forget about it like Echo. Yeah, Echo really made me sad for obvious reasons.
With Shopify.
I was very disappointed. It just kind of perpetuated some stuff that I did not care for, I should say. Anyway, come on. Why are you... Why is it doing this? I want you to... Okay, so I guess I can't skip through that stuff. Here we go. Anyway, so spoiler warning. It's not terrible. I'll tell you this. It's not terrible. It's not Secret Invasion. Okay. This is definitely not Secret Invasion. And, it's not Falcon and Winter Soldier. To me, those are like 2 of the worst series. I didn't say your name, Apple phone AI. series. Anyway, it's not as bad as those two so far. I'm not quite done with episode 3. I ran out of time this morning. But it does feel a bit slapdash, if you will, you know. I feel like the hood looks goofy as hell. I can't get over it. I can't put my finger on what it is, but the hood is that it's really hard for me to take him seriously. Can't put my finger on it, but I have trouble taking him seriously. But this scene right here, really, like I said, there's only been a couple things that I was like, dude, what are we doing here? So here is her MIT AI, Trevor. And she's just been kicked out of MIT. And she ran to get her suit that was paid for with her Stark grant money. This is 6 months after, oh, gross. You pooped and I put my hand in it. I knew it. I knew he was going to do that. Doesn't have his diaper on. Bird. Now I'm struggling with the wipe, sanitation wipe thing. Dang it. Animals, man. We're having a day with animals in the studio. So she gets kicked out of MIT for doing illegal shit. Okay. Like, she's doing illegal stuff. It's 6 months after Wakanda. They didn't let her keep anything, which is kind of rude because she built it, man. Like, rude. That is, I'm guessing that good morning, Nosig. And it might be his commentary on the show. Anyway, she was doing illegal shit, man. She was selling tech. She plagiarizing. Doing people's homework, basically. She was plagiarizing. And so she gets kicked out. And she's sitting there giving this speech about how I don't want to be small. I want to build all this great stuff. And the dean's like, bullshit. And you know it. Nobody told you to be small. Stop it. You still have to follow the rules. Just because you're super smart doesn't mean that the rules don't apply to you. And I agree about that. And she was saying that she still couldn't afford to buy the tech she needed for her project. I mean, that really sucks, but don't you... Necessity is the mother of invention. You know, like when... And I'm not trying to build something super high tech or whatever, but when I have to build something and I'm not making money, okay? I don't make money off this show. I don't have extra money to throw around. I see what I have and work with it. I find workarounds. I use my brain, I use some creativity. I find creative solutions. And being that she grew up in a lower income area in Chicago, that should definitely be a personality trait of hers. That's something creative poor kids do. You find creative solutions. Am I wrong? But it seems to me that the decisions, the choices she made while she was at MIT were very immature and very selfish, which would demonstrate that, yeah, she graduated high school super young and started college super young, started MIT super young. But that doesn't mean that her emotional state, her emotional maturity was as ready as her intellectual maturity. Sometimes you have to do things a certain way because you're just not ready. You can be super, super genius smart and know how to engineer and put things together, but it doesn't mean that you have the maturity level to handle that kind of responsibility. So clearly she was not mentally, emotionally mature enough to handle the responsibility of the things she was creating or wanted to create, or even the responsibility of attending MIT with that grant. Maybe that's my mom perspective or my middle-aged woman perspective. But she gets kicked out. And so she rushes. Hold on real quick. Brogan says, let's be honest. Some of the things that Tony Stark did were immature as well, yet and people still loved his character. He did make some very selfish moves. And he grew. His character developed and he grew. I'm not saying this makes me dislike her as a character. I'm not saying that at all. That's my observation of the character. I'm not saying it makes me not like her. I'm saying that's something I've noticed about the character. And maybe that is the reason that's intended. And there will be a development. She'll grow. So that's it. That wasn't my issue. So just to clarify, just an observation of the character. It's this part right here that I'm talking about that I was like, what? Anyway, so she gets kicked out of MIT. And she rushes to get her suit that she built with her grant money. And she flies off. And as I say fly off, this little guy shows up. I swear, if you poop on my mouse pad again, I'm going to be upset with you. So she flies off and she activates the MIT AI, who goes by Trevor. He kind of reminds me of the paperclip we used to have, and says, plot a course for Chicago. They fly off. Well, right as they get to Chicago, like she's almost there. She's still like pretty high up altitude wise flying, and MIT shuts her down and she starts to fall out of the sky. Do we really think that a school would, knowing that they saw her fly out, they saw her like fly out, they knew she was in the air, and they have access to her AI so they can see where she's going and where she's at. They can see these things. And you're telling me that this school knowingly endangered her life and shut it down while she was still in the air. Like, that could have killed her. I don't believe that MIT would have done that. So I was like, oh, stop. That would not have happened. Can I drink my water, please? So far, that was like my big issue. I'm like, come on. They're not going to risk her life. They will at least wait for her to touch ground and then shut her down. Nosik said, wasn't there a voiceover in one of the trailers that was talking about her realizing her greatness? Honestly, I don't remember all the trailers that well. I kept forgetting that this show was happening because they barely marketed it. But you could be absolutely right. And my observations were correct, and that was intentional, and she grows into it. So, but she is a teenager. She's like, what, 16, 17 years old. And, so she would be pretty immature and selfish and impatient. That was the other thing I needed to say. Very impatient. Not happy with the process. So then she meets up with the Hood gang. And this guy just looks so goofy to me. Backyard Charts. Wait, there were trailers? Brogu. I think they wanted to show the imagery that she wasn't in control, that the school was in total control of what she was doing. I also have a problem with the decision to show her in that way. I think it was not necessarily about, I'm going to keep your comment up there so we talk about it. I don't think it was necessarily about them having control over her life. I think it was more of a frustration that she's just not ready yet. And she was unwilling to do what was necessary or take the necessary steps to get her to the point to be ready, because they keep asking her, why do you want to build this? Why suits? Why do you want to build suits? Why did you build the suit? And she always answers, because I could. It's the same thing Tony Stark would say, because I could. But why? Just because you could doesn't mean you should. There has to be a reason behind it. And if you don't have a purpose, a design, an intention behind this incredibly powerful and dangerous technology, then what's going to happen with it? You have no intention. You have no idea. You just want to build it. There's in, let's see, in the third episode, when she's speaking with all
I have moderate
who, spoiler warning, turns out to be Ezekiel Stane, Obadiah Stane's son. She's talking about this tech. We could do this, and it would cloak it from metal detectors and x-ray machines and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, couldn't it be used for some pretty illegal, dangerous stuff? Like people could sneak bombs and guns onto planes and all this stuff. And she's like, I mean, it could, but she's not really thinking things all the way through because she's still a kid. So that being their, hopefully being their intention,
to severe plaque psoriasis.
That's-
But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm showing off my clearer skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And most people were clearer.
and that is Malcolm, Dr. Malcolm right there, Jeff Goldblum. Just because you could doesn't mean you should, or they never thought about if they should. I love that. It's a great scene because it's
with Skyrizi,
exactly,
nothing on my skin,
exactly.
everything. Ask your
Stupid
dermatologist
commercials,
about
man. I
Skyrizi
hope
today.
everyone
Learn how
needs
Advil can
some
help you
Skyrizi in their life. An Old Navy. Woohoo. You are... I really wish you would have stayed in your room while I did this, because you're making a mess. But anyway, this is the scene where she's talking to Alden and we discover who he is. And he tells her, like, couldn't that be used for nefarious means? And she's like, well, I mean, it could. I think the quote, Deranged Lunatic, was Jeff Goldblum saying, your scientists were so busy with if they could, they never stopped to think if they should. He was quite urgent with it. But this is basically as far as I've gotten. Was this right here. And again, it's not the worst. It's not the worst that Disney Marvel streaming has offered by any means. Okay, you're just warm. That's all that is. What are you looking at me like that for? But I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. If their goal is to demonstrate some awesome character growth in her, then I completely support the whole immature, impatient, selfish decision making and all that stuff. If they don't show character development on that, then I'm gonna go on it. But she's definitely making some questionable choices in her youth, as we all have. So, well, I mean, I definitely wasn't, tech heists and the whatnot with a guy who obviously wrestled a demon for an invisibility cloak. Obviously. But have you guys seen it yet? Tell me what you think in the chat below. We're going to wrap this up. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts, leave it in the chat. I gotta go do some stuff. I have got to prep for my Beau DeMaio interview, which is next week, July 2nd at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. What is that sound? It is the daggum puppy again. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go because this puppy she was right there. I don't know where she's gone now, but she ate all of Tiny's food. She's gonna be sick. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's absolutely crazy in here, and I keep asking my daughter to watch her puppy, and apparently it's too much. It's just too much. But leave your questions, comments, emotional outbursts in the chat below. I got stuff to do. Bo de Mayo next week, July 2nd. Very anxious, excited. We're going to do it, man. We're just going to do it. We're going to do it. Do it. If you would like to help support the channel, the easiest and the freest way is by hitting that like button, subscribing if you're new, and ringing that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this absolute insanity that is going on in here today. If you would like to help support the channel in other ways, my God, I cannot thank you enough, and I cannot express enough how much I really, really do need your help. My computer is about to be kaput, and I only have a couple months to get enough money together to get a new one built. So if you could help me with that, I would greatly appreciate it. If I don't get this built in a couple of months, then the show will stop until I can, unfortunately, because I got to pay for the computer. I can't get them for free. But if you would like to help, please do so by scanning that QR code right there. It takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsand. You can tip me as little or as much as you like. If you don't want to use that, you can use Cash App. You can set it there. Yeah. And all these links and information are in the description below. If that doesn't float your boat, if you would like something in return, then check out the official Nerdling Army at patreon.com/comicsand with outtakes, behind the scenes, and sneak peeks and early access. Right now, you can watch my latest breakdown of DC Comics, The Question, available now on my Patreon a full day and a half before it drops on YouTube for free. So go to patreon.com/comicsand, and you'll also get access to exclusive merch that you will receive for free every 3 months for your first year of membership, and access to the exclusive Nerdling Army chat. And you can request your own breakdowns like Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS did too. So patreon.com/comicsand right now. There's also the official merch store over on Etsy, comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com, for all your non-denominational nerd needs. All designs created by yours truly. I'm also an affiliate for several companies like Leash Boss. You get 15% off. Check out Leash Boss today. Zenny Optical, Cora's Vault for all your superhero collectible needs, TikTok, and CapCut. I'm serious. Everything everywhere. And if you want to find all these links somewhere other than the description below, you can check out the website at comicsand.squarespace.com. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network, the greatest and nerdiest of podcast networks out there. We're a collective of exclusively nerdtastic content and podcasters, content creators and podcasters. That's what I meant. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to like more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of your Red 5 family of podcasts. But that's all I got for you guys today. I will be back tomorrow. I got to go. I got a lot of research and writing and thumbnail stuff to make, and probably some animals to handle. But I'll see you tomorrow. You guys stay awesome to one another. I'll see you Thursday morning. Is tomorrow Thursday? Yeah, it is. I'll see you Thursday morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, keep your eye out.
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you.